Vice President Wanja. Rotarian Wanja.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians and guests. Mine is to take us through the Rotary Grace. O Lord and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much, VP. So now we'll have the loyal toast, and this will be by the president. So I'd like to ask anyone with a glass, please charge it. If you don't have a glass, just place your right hand over your heart. To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya. To the President. So next, we shall have the four-way test by our very able Rotaractor, Chelsea Nyambura. Rotaractor Chelsea.
Good evening. The poetry of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very, very much, Rotaractor Chelsea. For those who do not know, Rotaractor Chelsea is a member of the Rotary Club of UON Afia, our Rotary Club, our first Rotary Club. She is very resourceful, very helpful, and always makes time for our meeting and to help us plan our meeting. So thank you very, very much, Rotaractor Chelsea. So next we shall move to the announcements. And for this, we shall start from the president. So last week, I made a short announcement on the official WhatsApp group. And this was with regards to leadership. So we have the great pleasure of having many more members of this club as sitting in the district, serving in the district. So we have past President Henry, who will serve for the second year in the executive committee as the district public image and communications chair. We have Rotarian Muto, our PR director, who will be serving as district public image assistant. We have IPP Njoki Maingi, who will be serving as assistant governor. This is the first assistant governor of our club, another first for her. And I mean, she's on the line of becoming a DG one day, hopefully. And I will be serving as the district treasurer. We also have members who will be serving, in the DCA committees. We have 2 members who will be serving the DCA committees. So in total, we'll be having 6 members serving at the district level. That's what we know so far, and we might have some more. And this is, showing how our club is growing leaders. 6 years ago, no one in our club was serving at the district, and now we're getting more and more members. They said we should not destroy the fun, and as always, we won't destroy the fun. We'll make sure we have fun as we serve. The next announcement will be from our club treasurer, Treasurer Keshi.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My announcement, as usual, is on membership subscription and also the proposal to have billing be done early in March for the next Rotary year. Thank you, President.
Thank you very much, Director Keshi. The next announcement is from Club Admin. Director Liz.
Mr. President, friends, family of Rotary, good evening. So from the Club Admin desk, as usual, we have the reminder on the trips that we are taking with our twin club, the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, which is set to take place on the 19th to the 21st of March. The deadline for the first payment is supposed to be 1st of March. But as it is, seems like it's going to be a Ugandan affair. So, I mean, Kenyans, please come through. The Ugandans came through for us in a big way when we were in Mombasa. So you guys, please do pay up. Flights have already been confirmed. So anybody who wants to fly in, anybody who wants to bus it all the way to Uganda, you're welcome to do so. But guys, please, let's rock up for this joint project. It's also a fun project, fellowship with our twin clubs in Kampala. The second announcement is on the DCA, which is supposed to take place in April. Costs have already been shared, accommodation costs have already been shared. So guys, please, let's do sign up for that. There's WhatsApp group for the twinning trip. Anybody who wants to join in on that, please do so.
Why are you coming to my window? Kwenda huko. Not interested.
Okay, I've just finished my announcements and I don't know where that came from.
Okay, thank you, Director Liz, for that. Now that we're talking about the Uganda trip, I'd like to recognize the presence of President Dennis of the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan. He's with us this evening, and I shall request that he says hello.
Thank you, President Sami. It's always a pleasure to join our sister club, the Rotary Club of Nairobi Madaraka. I'm glad to be here. Looking forward for you joining us in March for the Twin Fellowship and Retreat that we are planning to host you in Queen Elizabeth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for taking us to places we used to read in books when we were in school.
My pleasure, President. I know we had first planned for Murchison, but here we are now. We are slated to go to Queen Elizabeth. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's with the announcements. So we shall move to the main part of this meeting. And for this, I shall welcome our director, Joel Wandurwa, and his service projects committee so that they can present for us. Director Joel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Evening, fellow Rotarians, friends, and Rotaractors. My presentation today will be basically a scorecard of how we've performed in the last 1 year. It's not been an easy year. We've had interruptions mainly due to COVID. But however, we've managed to progress, and I'm delighted to say there's good progress and good traction, and we've set foundations for what I believe Madaraka will be known for in the coming years. So our three main areas of focus when I took over was sanitation, literacy, and maternal health. So for sanitation, we had the Kirkau project, and we managed to visit it sometime last year with a couple of Rotarians, and we were lucky enough to have Cedric, who was there from the beginning, and also Wilson, Wanja, and we were taken round the project. For me, it was the first time there, so I was shown the genesis and what has been done. And for this, I will let past President Njoki to give us a an overview of how far we've come and what needs to be done to close out the project. Past President Njoki.
Thank you, Joel, for the ambush. I was not ready for this. I had been intimated that I was going to be asked, and since I was not asked, this is a clear ambush. I have nothing to prepare, but I can just talk from the top of my head. Yes, we went to Kirkau last year, last Rotary year. We had planned to finish the project in the last year, but unfortunately COVID happened. As they stand, it needs finishing of the tank and elevation to reach more houses, for the water to reach more houses, many more houses than what they are doing right now. We had set a budget of about, I think, 150K, which we're yet to fundraise so that we can finish that off. I think I've seen some communication today from past President Josiah on the same. And we are going to follow up on that. Hopefully this should be done before the end of this Rotary year. I think this is a project that has gone long overdue. But I urge you, the next time that we want to probably pay them a visit, hopefully by then we should have the deficit fund. We have already raised funds for that. I urge all the members to join us to attend it. It's a very beautiful place. You can see where exactly Rotary Madaraka has made an impact to that particular community. I think there's some photos that were shared a while back by Muto. And yeah, I don't think there's anything more I need to add on that one. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, IPP Njoki. So as a very general overview, basically Kirkau is behind Nazarene. And when I say behind, it's about 6-7 kilometers from Nazarene. By the time Rotary was doing, by the time Madaraka was doing the borehole there, the population was probably 2 or 3 houses. And a borehole for them, elevated the tank, and they are currently getting to a point of self-sufficiency because they are reselling the water to the neighboring houses. Also, there are farmers who have already started doing chicken farming and also some vegetable farming. So it's a nice, impactful project that I'm proud to say that Madidi was involved in. And as Njoki says, this is a rallying call. Let's try and finish out the project. There's a bit of money left to raise the level of the tanks. I think it's now 2 stories. They need to raise it to one more story so that they can be able to supply more houses and further down the road. And I urge you, next time we're going there, let's just come and see what we've accomplished to do jointly. So the second area of focus was the literacy program. And we started off with a library in Kariobangi South. So there's Friends Church has built more of a learning center than a school because they were catering for underserved children in that particular community. And they reached out to us to help them in one way or the other. And their immediate need at that time was a library, because most parents at that place would bring their kids during the school term. But then once the school is closed, there was no safe area to take them. So they approached us and we did a library. We got raised internal funds and got assistance from Moran Publishers. So the first phase was doing the infrastructure for the library. We did the shelves, the books, the shelves and the tables, and Moran was generous enough to give us reading material, especially based on the new curriculum, the CBC. We also got some more books from Longhorn, East Africa. The books also was the curriculum and also teaching guides for the teachers. And then towards October last year, after they were directed to reopen schools, they reached out to us again to provide them with hand washing stations and some sanitizers, which we did. And I'm eternally grateful for the members who chipped in. We still have a bit of work to do at the school, but due to that impact and getting featured on my Rotary, we've gotten requests from other clubs on their desire to partner with us, and I'm glad to say we are in advanced talks on how we will form a lasting partnership, not just providing libraries, but also equipping the teachers, equipping the schools, so that they can have a bigger impact on the students. We also looking at the scholarship program. It's still ongoing. I believe our girls are about to finish, and members have been also keeping tabs on them. So going forward, I think towards the end of the Rotary year, we shall ask members for their input once we do a full presentation, when we have all the details on how we hope to shape the literacy project and program going forward. So for the next bit, we were looking at is maternal health, and for this one, I will welcome incoming service projects director, Rotarian Lydia, to speak about it. Lydia? Hi, Lydia. Hi, Lydia.
As we wait for Lydia, we could pose for questions from those in attendance. Are there any questions about the projects that we've heard about? Okay, Lydia. Okay, so just to speak about the project with the Dundas Valley for Literacy that Director Joel has spoken about, just to add on to it, is what we're trying is to be very transparent to the process. So if you see that we're giving you a lot of information, it's not because we are poor planning. We just want this project to be a club project. We had a challenge with Kirkau because for the longest time, Kirkau was conceptualized when Rotarian Josiah was president and I was his treasurer. So he and I worked a lot on it. So for the longest time, it was called Josiah and Malaki's project. So just learning from that, and that just showed that members felt left out. And for that reason, we are working to ensure that this project is quite inclusive, that members know a lot about it, and we'll keep updating you on the progress. Just don't get tired of us. Okay, we're just giving Rotarian Lydia some time. So if you have a question, please just feel free to speak.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong
it's
with
okay.
device. Yes, so I was saying this year we want to try a maternal health project. Just let me open the information. So we are looking to partner with an organization called child.org. They do a project which they call baby boxes. This is basically a box which has some things that would help a lady who has just delivered. So it's like a postnatal care kind of kit. So they have done several projects before, and the concept was picked up in Finland some time back. So they have done the same project. They have tried to alter it a little bit and do the same project in Kibera. So they wanted to partner with us this year. So basically, we are looking to fundraise on that. And I think Rotarian Joel will have more information on how we'll go about that part. Yes, but basically it's a maternal health care kind of project. Back to President.
Thank you very, very much, Lydia. Those who recall, Baby Box was the founder of Baby Box was a speaker at our club a few years ago, and we see this as a short win, as opposed to us, going there and reinventing the wheel. We should look at other players, other people doing the same thing, and piggyback off them. So this is an ideal way to be able to achieve our objective of maternal and child care, and at the same time work with a partner who knows the ground, who already has a product, and we can reach more people through them. So that is the plan, and as always, we will reach out to members, and this we will do during the month of April. Those who know, April is, sorry. So April, as you know, April is the theme of the month of April is
good.
Sorry about that. Okay, she's muted. So for those of you who know, April is usually the maternal and child health month. So we want to do that in line with a monthly theme. And we will reach out to members in the month of March to see whether they are in a position to donate the boxes, which I'll get back to you on the cost of the boxes. The last time when she spoke to us, I think she mentioned 1,000, 1,200. So we will reach out to members to see whether we can get members to donate boxes, and then we as a club can match members. So if the members donate, say, 30 boxes, the club would come through and donate 30 others. That's a commitment that I can make. Thank you. So over to you, Rotarian Joel.
Thank you, Mr. President. So the main purpose of Rotary, other than friendships and all, is to give back to society. And I believe that service projects is the core of the reason why everybody is here. I thank everybody for the support they've given my team and I during the past year, and we call on your support going forward. And Sami said we want to involve everybody in the projects. We want to be as transparent and as member-driven as possible. So in the coming months, other than asking for your donations towards specific projects, we shall also ask for your input, for your ideas, so that at the end of the day, all members of the club feel involved in the projects. If anybody has any questions to ask, we are free. You can ask now, or you can find out more how you'd want to get involved even further in any of the above mentioned projects. Thank you. As something I forgot to say about the Friends Integrated, we still have an ask from them for desks. As you know, they had grade 1 to grade 4, and those students are now going to graduate to grade 5, and the ask is we help them acquire some desks, especially now with the new social distancing regulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Director Joel. So we shall go to the questions, and just seeing that Rotarian Emily Bakita has her hand up. So Rotarian Emily.
Thank you very much, Joel. My question is on the current scholarship. So you mentioned that in Form 4. So is the club planning to take in new cohorts come July, or maybe you can shed more light on that, because it wasn't very clear to me. Thank you.
Mr. President, I have a question.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
It's on the literacy program, and maybe you can expound more on how many schools are we looking to work with, and what is the criteria for choosing the schools?
Okay. Director Joel?
So I will answer on the literacy project. So ideally, when we were having our initial discussion, we were looking at doing probably 10 schools around the country. But right now we might rethink that, given the fact that the Rotary Foundation grant process has changed. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so the matching grant has been reduced from 100% to about 80%. So we might rethink the number of schools or the scope of what we plan to do. Because ideally what we are looking at is equipping a library, training some teachers, because that was part of our proposal, so the librarians, and also getting maybe 1 or 2 computers and internet connection. The criteria on selection of schools is something we're working on, and before we cast it in stone, we shall share it with members so that they can tell us whether the criteria fits all. But on the top of my head, one of the criteria we're looking at is having a geographical spread of the schools. So we have maybe 1 in Nairobi, 1 in Kisumu, 1 in Garissa, 1 in Nyeri, 1 in Mombasa, something of the sort. So that's the criteria. In terms of the other criteria we are looking at, we're also looking at schools that are also willing to put in something into the project, be it resources or facilities. But as I say, it's not cast in stone. And once we come up with a template, we shall share it with members for discussion to come up with a final template on the criteria of selection of schools. On the scholarships, we feel that also this is something we need to discuss as a club. What do we do once the girls finish Form 4? Do we get new girls? Do we look for other ways to channel those funds? So that is also something I think we should be a point of discussion at the club assembly. Thank you.
Do you have any other question? Okay, Rotarian Liz.
Thank you, Mr. President. So Joel, I have a question as regards impacting the whole community as a whole. Are we doing any more, just as a follow-up of what you've just mentioned, are we doing any more sponsorships? What other way can we impact the society as a whole, as opposed to, taking two school kids through their, high school education? And then for the two students at the Starehe Girls Center, what is the continuity program after that? Once they are done with Form 4, what next for them? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. In terms of impact to the society on the literacy project, as I said, other than the students, we identified a gap on the skill set of the teachers. So we've also reached out to Kenya National Library to give us a guide on how to train librarians. So we believe that other than the students getting access to material they wouldn't have, as you saw at Kariobangi, the material that they have that we donated from Moran Publishers is way more expensive than what they pay for school fees. The average child pays 200 shillings a month as school fees. Some of those teaching aids and textbooks were going for 900 to 1,000. So we believe if we provide our library with that material and the parent doesn't have to go to their pocket, that will impact on them. Also for the teachers, if we train 1 or 2 teachers in how to do library management and what, it's a skill set that they didn't have previously, and we believe that it's a transferable skill set to other teachers. And also if they go to another school, that if they get a transfer to another school that probably has a library, but doesn't have a librarian, they can also transfer those skills. So that is the impact we're looking at. For the girls, I believe we have met their need for secondary education. If we are to further it, then that would be a discussion we would need to have as a club. Are we willing to help them secure university, and to what extent? Is it just helping them do the application? Is it helping them with a help loan application? And also, I believe we have enough people here who can mentor these girls. So that is also something we need to explore as a club in terms of mentorship for the girls in different careers. We have engineers, we have accountants, we have financial professionals, we have IT professionals. So I think that is also something we can help the girls with as they make a decision on a career choice or a career path.
Is there any other question? If anyone has any question about future projects, this is the forum. We have our PE, we have our VP, and we have a VP elect. So we have 3 years of succession just right in front of us. So if you have any questions on future projects, on how to do a project, or any thoughts, feel free, because this is the right forum, and you will also be directed to the right person here. So if you have any of those questions, please feel free to speak. Thank you. Rotarian Bakita?
So Joel, there was this project on menstrual health. So are we? I haven't. I don't know the stage at which it is at. So is it something that we wait on the district to decide, or it can be taken up by the club? I don't know. Maybe,
so
yeah.
that was Freedom Do Girls Grant. We are waiting for feedback from Rakhi on how to go forward. She had promised to get back to me this week. I'll just send a reminder tomorrow on how to progress.
Okay, asante.
Okay.
There's also a question here from Dr. Victor Kenneth, and is that how does one undertake a project? Let's see if there are any takers. Okay, so Dr. Joe, do you want to take this one, or should I?
Okay, just go ahead on that one.
Thank you. So Victor, what happens with a project is that, first you identify a need, and after identifying the need in an area, it has to match with Rotary's 6 focus areas. Now there's 7. There's peace and conflict prevention resolution, disease prevention and treatment, water and sanitation, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, and economic and community development. There's one I'm missing. Joki Mangi will let us know which one that is. But so this project should fall amongst those lines. And then after identifying that, so this is a project being funded by a grant. After identifying that, what you as a club need to do is go to the area. So it's a member who brings it to us, or a guest brings this project to us. We make sure it's under the focus areas. And then we look for a club, because it's a global grant. So we look for a club in a different country, say the US, and present this to them. So there are many forums where you can do this. You can do this from there's a website that was set up where you can do for, just pitching to other clubs to help you fundraise. And you can also do it through Rotary International Conventions. So you can go there with a pitch, meet different clubs, you talk to them about this project that you have in mind. So after that, what happens is that, you as a local club would have to raise a certain amount, and that partner club outside the country would also raise an amount. So you can raise this internally from sponsors as well, and also from district grants. Now, the rule of thumb used to be, and currently is until May, is that for every dollar that you raised, the Rotary Foundation would match you with $1. However, this is changing from June this year, where they will only match you with 80 cents, so 80% matching. So after you have that, you structure out your project into milestones / phases. So what you do is you prepare all your documentation, you request for your first tranche. You have to, there's a lot of proposal writing that you do. You upload through My Rotary, financial controls, who will be the signatories, who will be reporting. And then after that, when you start receiving, so after it's been approved, you start receiving the sums in tranches, and you'll have to achieve certain milestones before you request for money. So in the past, we've had stewardship issues in our district, like in any other districts. So the process is a bit strict at the moment, whereby clubs have to do monthly reporting to the district, to the DRFC, that's the District Rotary Foundation Chair, and just to ensure that they're doing their project on time and on schedule. And then upon completion, there will be cadres who will visit the project, confirm that everything was done properly. If they have any questions, an auditor will come in, review the project, and then they can give a clean bill of health. On the stewardship issues, we've had incidences in the past where, a project is being run by one person, and, they take the money for their own personal gain. And, when such a thing happens, the club has to pay for the amount, or the district has to pay for the amount. So we've had certain instances like that. So that's for an international project. We have district funded projects through the district, what's it called? The district grants. So this one, it usually depends on the amount that is received by the district. The last time we applied for one, I think it was $2,000. And this is for a small project, just a hit and run. You want to go and rehabilitate the washrooms at a school. You want to do a quick, maternal project at a hospital, or you already have an existing project like Kirkau that you want to complete. You don't have funds, so you can reach out to the district grants. But this come once a year, and it's on a first come, first served basis. So we're just at the door waiting for that to be announced. And then finally, they're just club projects. So this can be anything. We've had a project, our first project was iAfrica, Emmanuel Africa. This is a rehabilitation center for street children, and also a rescue center for, small girls who are being forced into marriage. So the project that we did with them was a dairy project. We set them up with a nice, two cows, the in-calf. We made the shed and bought the equipment, and we launched it. We did Ian zoning, where we did a tank, rehabilitation of a water tank. It's a place in Makueni County. We also did, which other project did we do? I think, and then now we did a project of the scholarship fund. And then at times we partner. So I spoke about the partnership with the Baby Box. Earlier in the Rotary year, we did a partnership with this lady called Teresa Clean Start, where they needed a starter pack for the women who have been incarcerated because of COVID-19. Their families are not visiting them, so they were missing certain necessities. So by partnering with them, we're able to ensure that we can provide those necessities and ensure that these ladies, though incarcerated, they have their dignity. So, Victor, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Could I share a project I did?
Yes, please. Yes, please. You're free to reach out to our director,
Okay.
Joel. I'll drop his email in the message box, and anyone with any idea, you can reach out. But something that we always request, and we've had challenges in, sorry?
I have like photos to show, like to prove what I did. So that I ask like if anyone can collaborate with me. Could I share?
Right now?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. It's opened already.
Okay, sure. Because you're ready, then let's go.
It's host, okay. Sharing has been disabled.
Hold on. Okay, you can now share.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Victor Baraza. I'm a Rotaractor from the Club of UN Afia. I was inducted just yesterday, and I'd like to share a project I did last year while I was at home during the COVID pandemic. So I discovered that many students with special needs are usually segregated in terms of education, whereby the education is not fit for their needs. So to come up with a solution for that, I came up with an idea to build a vocational training center in Mombasa to equip them with skills so that they can earn a living. So I set out to search for grants, and I found somebody who helped me. His name is Ian Stimson from the UK. He gave me a grant of 15 million to build a school. So as you can see currently, this was when we are building the foundation of the school. Then we opened the school with prayers, and we invited some of the leaders in the local area. So we went up to build the foundation. Then that is still the foundation. So we started building it from down, and I was managing it together with my mom since I needed somebody who is old enough before I knew what Rotaract did and what help I can get. So we continued building the school. This is part of the pictures. So still the building. So I was managing part of it. So I was like a contractor since finding people was tough at that time, since everyone was locked in their houses, and finding labor was tricky since this is a new field for me. I'm a medical student, so I don't know anything about building. So we continued with the building of the school. So let me just skip to the end since we are maybe short of time. So this is me with my contractors. So these are the people who are helping me build the school. And the other people who are helping me in accounts and managing and other technical duties. Then, so this is how it went. We built till it's a 2-floor building. So this is it, but before the finishing. So in the end, this is how it was. So we went till by 3 months, it was at this level, as you can see here. So by December, we were done with it. So it was finishing up. So let me just go to the end. By December, this is the facility, how it looks like. Yeah, this way. So it's a 2-story facility. It will be having classes of welding, carpentry, catering, sewing, and other technical work that the students with special needs can do. And right now, the project is done, but whatever is remaining is equipping it with machines and tools for the students. So apparently, after finishing it, I'm planning on giving it off to the government of Kenya. I'm scheduled to meet with Matiangi so that I give it away. But now the school is not equipped, and I'll really request any help I can get to equip the school with material. I will form a proposal, then send it as President Malaki has instructed. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Hello.
Thank you very, very much.
Am I still on?
Yeah, yes, you're still on. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rutractor Victor. I mean, it's impressive what you've been able to do, and I'm sure there are ways we can ensure that this dream that you had becomes a success. So first of all, congratulations. What you've done is too amazing. And we're glad that, you know, when it was COVID and people were at home, you got to make a difference. So a big up on that. What we'll do is we'll take this offline, and we'll be able to see how we can work together, and even how we can get more clubs involved. There are a number of clubs in Mombasa, which we can introduce to this project, and they being close to the project, they will be best, because we are a bit, you know, divorced from it. So it'll be hard to monitor. It will be hard for us to be there on the ground constantly. But the beauty of Rotary is about partnership, is about friendships, about working together, so that we can work together through other clubs as well. So congratulations on that. And let's speak about this further.
Thank you.
Okay. So are there any other questions, comments, complaints, concerns? Okay, so thank you very, very much, Service Projects Committee, with your leader, Director Joel, for speaking to us today. I'm sure the membership is enlightened, the attendees are enlightened, and you know, we hope that we'll be able to finish all these projects this year and finish all these projects. Fingers crossed, I hope we hear from the DRFC regarding the district grants, because this will enable us to complete the Kirkau project. So we'll keep asking, them, we won't get tired of asking them. And for the other projects, we'll keep moving forward, and I request that you don't get tired of us. So thank you, Rotarian Joel. Thank you very, very much. So for the SAA part, I shall request our President-elect, Wilson Kamau, to take our money. P.
Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible enough. Thank you, President, for the surprise for the ambush, basically. I hope everyone is doing well today. I'd like to thank the organizers of today's meeting. It has been very, very insightful. I think for people who are not knowledgeable about projects, it's been a good insight in terms of what projects Madaraka has undertaken and what we look to do in the future. and also to help others start out some projects. Now it's time for SAA. For our guest here today, SAA is a session where we collect fines that we use for admin activities in the club. Small, like call it also a token to the club. And also there's a session we'll come to later of happy dollar, sad dollar. Let me kick this off with for fines. I think this is, I'll just inform for Rotarians in the meeting today. As usual, you can do, if you've not come with your Rotary label pin, you can do a small fine, 100 shillings only, just $1 for not wearing your label pin to the meeting. So a big guided by the 4-way test. So if you've not won your label pin, please contribute to the $100. The pay bill numbers are on your screen, you can see them. So I'll give that opportunity to all Rotarians who have not won their label pin. Moving on, we'll do now happy dollar, sad dollar. Happy dollar, sad dollar. Happy dollar is you tell us a moment in the week that has made you happy, has delighted you. Share it with us so that we can be happy with you. And you give $1, and you also give $1. And also you can share your sad moment for the week, something that has made you depressed or hasn't gone too well. You can share it with us so that we can empathize with you. Thank you so much. So I'll open the floor. So if you have happy dollar, sad dollar, kindly raise your hand. Then we can collect from you. Yes, Liz.
I have $2 I have two happy dollars. The first one being a Monday, and then the awesome work that the club admin and the current administration is doing as regards projects, as regards advancements, as regards fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz.
Talk about tooting your own horn.
Find that guy.
Any more happy dollar, sad dollar? I know you have a lot. Joel, put sad dollar. No.
I have one happy dollar for today's meeting.
That's good.
And sad dollar for Liverpool.
No, we feel your pain. Thank you, Joel. Sad dollar, happy dollar, please raise your hand and contribute.
SA, may I?
Please go ahead. As Emily prepares, go ahead.
Two happy dollars. One is I got some very good news on Friday with regard to some career changes. So I'm happy about that. And the second happy dollar is I look forward to working with Joel over swallowship as I learn how to do these projects. I think it's a lot of work, but I look forward to learning a lot from him.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Emily, please go ahead.
I have two happies for Joel for the exemplary work he's done under his docket. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emily. Any more happy dollar, sad dollar? Please.
Yes, I have.
Yes, Wanja.
Hey, thank you. I have two happy dollars.
Yeah.
Actually, three happy dollars. So my first happy dollar is for the leadership team, or the team that is not joining the district in leadership position. That's Henry, Muto, Njoki, Malaki. It's really good to see our numbers growing. My second happy dollar is towards the presentation today. I think that is really good, and even just the transparency and the openness of the projects that we have. keeping the club members, informed of what the different committees are doing. That's really positive, and it's very encouraging to see we have quite a lot of stuff happening, and we may not know because maybe they're not shared as often, but this is a very good initiative to have at least once in a while projects discussed by the club members. And my third one is today I came with a guest, Dennis, from the Rotary Club of Muthaiga North, my guest by force. Yes, he has no choice but to listen to this call. So those are my $3 happy.
Thank you, Anja. Siwaambie Dennis akuzindikishe.
Sawa, wacha aseme ndio huyo hapa ananiangalia vibaya.
Good evening, family and friends of Rotary.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Dennis Kabuta, Rotary Club of Nairobi Muthaiga North, and I am very happy to escort my wife with two happies.
Thank you so much.
And you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rotarian Dennis, for accompanying your lovely wife. And I remember you even came for a physical meeting. So thank you for always supporting us.
Any more happy dollar, sad dollar?
I'm giving $2 happy to the service team for the good work and being willing to share more, which invites other people to contribute towards their cause. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Henry. There's a happy dollar here from the text from Susan. $2 happy, one for Victor for the wonderful job, and the other one for Malakai for always allowing me to be part of this club. Malakai, you have a happy dollar.
Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you.
Any more happy dollar, sad dollar? Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to contribute. It's always something. It'll bear fruits in the future. Thank you so much. I'll now hand it over back to the president. Madam President, the meeting is back to you.
Thank you very, very much, PE Wilson. I honestly can't wait for a year. Not because I'm running away, no, but because you're a great leader, and I've always enjoyed working with you. My happy dollars, I have a couple. So it's Monday. It's a beautiful day. I had a fun but stressful weekend, so that's a happy dollar for that. For the service projects team, thank you very much. Thank you for ensuring that we're doing something despite not being able to meet physically as we did in the past. We're still able to do a lot. So thank you for that. Another one is to Lydia. Congratulations on the career change move. We can't wait for the party when you're leaving state law. We shall show up in masses. And yes, just for everyone for being here. I really appreciate. I don't take for granted that you are joining this meeting. So thank you everyone. I have, so those are my happy dollars. And then I shall do some foundation dollars. And these are for my mother in her memory. This week will be 26 years since she left, and yeah, so it's a tough week, but I choose to celebrate. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so cool. Okay, so everyone, thank you very, very much again for being here this evening. It's been really exciting. Every time we talk about projects, I learn something new, despite being the president. So I want to keep this conversation going. Let's talk about projects more. Let's get more involved And like I said, it's always best that when you bring a project, you should also be willing to lead the project from the front, as opposed to bring a project and saying, hey, Wilson, I have this project in my village in a place called Eguando, and I want you to come and do it. And then I walk away. It's always good. And that's what Rotary is. Rotary teaches us to be leaders. Rotary teaches us to be able to work together. We are collaborating with these guys in Dundas Valley. When we did it on our own, we could only do one library. We're coming together, we're going to do, 8 to 10 libraries, and these are super libraries. So it's great, and this is what many people joined for, well, also for the fun. So thank you everyone for being here. So for the final toast, so I shall ask you to charge your glasses. And if you don't have a glass, hand over your heart. So to the Rotary Club of UON Afya, the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, the Rotary Club of African Nazarene University, the Rotary Club of Nairobi Muthaiga North. This is the Rotary Club of Nairobi Madaraka. I give you Rotary and Rotary to the world over.
Rotary and Rotary
world over.
Okay, thank you everyone, and enjoy the rest of the week. Have a super week. Thank you.